Wagwan, peeps. So we're back with another one about guns that I wanted to show you guys. This is another one I don't hear a lot of people speak a lot about, and I just feel like it should get a lot more airtime than it currently gets. It is called the Vulcan HG182, and it's the advanced HG because they did do a little very basic trash one years back, but this is the advanced version made in Taiwan. Yeah, it's got a couple markings, HFC. It's essentially a cyber Glock. That's what I call it, the cyber Glock. I wanted to show you guys this one because I don't feel like enough people talk about this one, and I also couldn't find much online about the gun. Yeah, like, to be fair, it's built on the concept of the standard Glock. You've got your mag release where it grips like a standard Glock. The only thing is you've got a few differences. So you've got thumb rest on both sides. The overall look is a bit more cybery, like you can see. Obviously there's, oh, my bad, dropped the mag. The overall look is a bit more cybery, but I think that's what they were going for because it's made or manufactured by a company called Vulcan. So if you play airsoft or paintballing, you'll know them. They make a lot of masks and head ties and things like that, armbands and stuff like that. I specifically wanted to talk about it because I just think it's a cool pistol. Like, for the price, when I was looking, you could pick these up for like 130s, 140s, 150s, depending on where you buy, and they're just good. Like, you straight out the box, I kind of fell in love with the gun. When I put a mag adapter on this gun, and I'll show you quick. I know some people are gonna be watching this, oh, you don't know what he's talking about, but look, I have a fully upgraded Glock. Like, there is nothing I can do to this gun to make it any better. It's got 200% Waldo spring, upgrade barrel, VSR red bucking. The hammer sets changed, the nozzles changed, Gen 5 nozzle, like, yeah, we're not here for that. But my point is, for somebody who's got a fully upgraded Glock to look at this gun and say the things I'm saying, trust me, like, they've done well. Vulcan did well with this gun. So it will run the adapter, and there was a day I ran it like this, flawless. Flawless, 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 flawless. One thing I would say about anyone who does want to buy one of these is short stroke it a little bit, just a teeny little bit like I've done right here, because you don't want it to cycle all the way back. You're just wasting gas. And as long as it cycles to roughly about here, just for you, any editors or any techs at home like me that want the best performance out of this, just, you want it to cycle to about here. As long as it cycles to there, it will give it enough space to load the BB and then make it back ready to go, or finish its cycle. Whereas this gun will cycle all the way back if you want it to. It will normally cycle so far back that you would pass this metal thing, so you'd be somewhere here. You wouldn't be right here like where it is, you'd be somewhere over here. But I've short stroked this just to get a bit more performance out of it. What else can we talk about? Keep it well greased. It does have like catches like it, like normally this would lock on as a catch, but like I said, I've short stroked it so it won't lock anymore. It's got the silver trigger, it's got a 2-stage trigger, which ain't the best 2-stage. It kind of makes it feel like a 1-stage trigger, but it is what it is. It's got a lock at the bottom as well. Let me take that off. Which, interestingly, I want to show you guys something. Oh, do you know, I shouldn't have used that hand. Oh, do you know what? It's my fault. Yeah, the gun is cycled, so what's going on? Okay, boom. Now, if you see what I just did there, I've never actually been able to do that with this or any other Glock, and it's because they make the lock system so firm that it's like you almost have to break a nail or break a finger to switch it on and switch it off. Now, one thing I did like about this system is I don't have a long nail here, and if you have a look, I've just engaged it, look, it's locked, and then look again. I've just unengaged it, and look, it will cycle. Now, you guys might think I'm just doing too much. Bruv, you try and do that if you own a Glock. You try and do that at home right now. If you can do that, post the video, I'll give you a tenner. But every Glock I have come across, yeah, like I feel like it's fair to say that every Glock I've normally come across, I struggle to do that. It's like I literally need a metal ass tool to flip it and flip it back, and it's because they've just made the system too tight. Vulcan, well done for getting that right, because there's no other lock system on Glocks. It's like you want the one lock system to actually work. I know some people be like, oh, the safety is just squeeze the trigger, but it's like, if there's one in my chamber and there's gas in the gun, is that really the wisest thing to do? And I know some people are gonna be like, oh, just drop the mag, but it's like, you guys are defeating the objective. It's like, with a high capper, with my mag in the gun and with one in the chamber, I can engage the gun in and out of safety. With this, I cannot do that. So, well done. Vulcan did very well with that. They've got some stippling right here and some stippling right there. I believe it's for comfortability when aiming the gun. I love the fact that they've got this because it really does work the finger rest. It makes the gun very comfortable to hold, navigate for you CQB players. And one thing I did just like, it just works. Like, it just works. Like, without me saying too much about it and sounding like this video is here to brag, I literally just wanted to talk over it, give you guys a quick show round, because I don't feel, I haven't seen anyone else talk about this gun, and I'm like, why? Like, it's actually a really good gun. Like I said, it's adapter HPA compatible and it runs really nice. Like, you don't need to run it at high FPS because the slide cycles are at about 60. I think at one point I was running out like 120 just for FPS sake, but it will cycle at anywhere from about 60 to 70 if I'm correct. So why not? And the mag that they give you is pretty decent. Let me just make sure there's not one in the chamber. Yeah, show you how it shoots. Very responsive. So I don't understand why more people aren't talking about this. And I remember when I was chronoing this was roughly doing the 2s, 230s, 240s. And you know what? So we're not even chatting. Let me dash some in there quickly. But I am still genuinely confused why more people aren't talking about this weapon. Like, I feel like if you're not a tech and you're not comfortable adding all these upgrade parts and all these things, buy one of these. And you wanted a Glock, of course, then yeah, buy one of these because it works, it's fun to use, it does the job. And like I said, like, if I didn't, I was actually talking to one of our new players, because we got some new players joined the clan recently and they were asking advice and stuff, and I was saying to them, if I didn't already go through the motion of spending the money and gaining all the knowledge and seeking out the parts and finding a good custom body and all these things, I wouldn't have built this. I would have went for something like this, maybe upgraded the bucking, maybe upgraded the hop if possible, and maybe upgraded the barrel, and I'd have called it a day. This thing is lovely. Like, it's genuinely, at one point I was walking around with this as like a training pistol for any time I went to like firing range or stuff like that. It's a really cool training gun, like even cycling and doing drills, and it's a really good gun for stuff like that. Like, lovely little pistol. Like, I actually to some degree prefer it more than this bad boy, because I feel like this bad boy is such a show gun, or has become such a show gun for me now, that every time I look at it, I'm like, ugh, you're just a show gun. Like, yeah, you're great, you have great internals, but you're really just a show gun. Whereas, like I said, for me, cycling, it's a lovely gun to cycle, bro. It's a lovely gun for checking, learn all the drills, and because it's so light, CQB, you will dominate with this thing. But yeah, let's get into it. I did say I wanted to just chrono it quick and show you guys. .259, 255, 257, 254. I'll do one more for good luck. 253. Now, if that doesn't show you what I'm talking about, I don't know what is going to show you what I'm talking about. You just see me do it for you on the chrono myself. I'll just cycle 2.5s out of this bad boy. What am I running? Red gas? I believe I am running red gas, so that might be a good thing. But even the fact it can run red gas comfortably And it is fairly cold in here. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? My room is fairly cold at the moment. Like, just do it, guys. You won't look back. And like I said, the biggest problem I've seen, and I like to be honest when I give any review or unboxing or anything, because I wouldn't want to watch something and buy something thinking it does something that the person said and it doesn't do when I get it. Like, the only thing I come across, and this is probably why I didn't end up keeping this gun, was the hop-up system is trash. That doesn't mean that the gun won't shoot far. Listen to what I said to you. Put the right buck in and the right barrel in there, it does the damn thing. The only reason why this didn't make my system was the hop-up system that they use. And you know what, let me see if I can show you that quickly. It's like a plasticky, it just ain't that great. It works, but it just ain't that great. So the two things I would advise is, you see, if you're trying to put a standard Glock hop-up system in there, probably buy another platform, or change the whole, how would I explain it? Because there's a way around it. I was able to do it, but I'm trying to remember how I did it. So this is how I did it. So how I did it was, I changed the hop-up to a standard Glock hop-up, and I also changed this spring right here to a standard Glock one. It just about made it into this nozzle section here and along this chamber, but it worked really well. That's the only way, because if you change the hop-up without the spring or the spring without the hop-up, it's just not gonna work. And another thing is, you'll find that when trying to put the gun back in, because it goes on a slide-on rail, like this is like a rail on the outer, and this slides in. Don't get me wrong, Glocks work the same, but other Glocks work the same, but I'll show you what I mean with my one. If you notice, it slid into the rail. With a standard Glock, like my one, I need to take that tracer off, you know, it's gonna annoy me. It keeps on going on and just stay off. With a standard one, it goes in to a system. Do you get what I'm saying? Not on, well, let me explain it a bit better. With a standard Glock, it goes over a system. With this one, it goes into the system. So I'll show you what I mean. The rails are on my lower. My gun is going, my upper, is going over those rails to slide on. And then it engages, right? And then now, like you can see, the gun will cycle and complete its cycle, yeah? So we'll put that one to one side for a second. With this bad boy, rather than it going over the system, this goes into the system. So do you see the roll system is on the outer, and I'm putting this on the inside of the system. If you guys can see, it's sliding on the inside of the system. So that's the only three things I would have said. And then like you see, it goes back in and it will cycle. Yeah? So that's the only things I would have said, because most people tend to buy a donor gun, e.g. you'd, for example, buy this, and then you'd be trying to add all these upgrade parts. That might not work depending on what parts you're trying to change. So keep that in mind. But like I said, like, if I was you and you was trying to buy this, only change the barrel and the bucking. And if you're really concerned that the hop-up itself is too plasticky, or it's not seating the barrel firm enough, this is where super glue and plastic filament, liquid plastic, and all these things comes in. Just do a good job. Make sure you do a good job, because like I said, I was able to do a version of this gun that was like that, but because I'm planning to sell this gun, I was like, give it back to him stock, and then he can make his choice of what he wants to do with and without. And I did also do another custom to his his spring, because the spring has this black thing that slides on and off. It was annoying. It just kept on flying off every time I took the upper off. So what I did was I glued that system in, so now it's why it just stays there. So that would be the only other thing I would have said, maybe upgrade. But yeah, apart from that, lovely little gun, does the job, love it myself, would use it. Great chain and pistol, broken done well. That's the HG182. And you know, I should close my windows, because the last thing we need is a neighbor calling feds. I've got my license and all these things. Every gun here is legal, but boy, I don't need that stress in my life today. But yeah, like I said, well recommended, guys. And because it's so affordable and it's so underrated, like everybody who has, like I've seen with it, they're always talking down on it. I'm like, you don't understand the life of having a gas Glock, because I've seen everything that these guns have done. They are an absolute nightmare. So if you can find something that's user friendly and does the job and does what it says on the tin, come on, do not complain, just use it and be happy. But yeah, HG182 by Vulcan, it's worth the investment. And you even got the aim sights. I just like it because it just reminds me, like, I'm a big fan of Halo, and it just reminds me of something you would pick up in Halo. Like, just be like, yeah, this is my cyber Glock, let's get on him. Yeah, man. So without further ado, I'm out, people. Yeah, I could wobble that and it's firm as can be. And if you notice, as I'm wobbling it, it will move that one on that side, and it's because that's the master side. So one thing I always say to anyone who buys guns that's like this is, every so often give the two sides a little press down together, just to make sure that they stay intact and in there, because they're on like a little triangle system that's plugged into another system that's like a cutout of a triangle. If it comes loose, it will eventually just wear it until it doesn't work anymore. So keep an eye on that. And just use it from this side, because if you notice, like, you can add how much force you want and it will do what you want it to do, and it's because that's the master side. The safety is quite firm. I can't shoot the gun. If you notice, the moment I clear it, I'm able to clear that hammer. Just like the AAP, there's a button at the front, at the back right here. Make sure you squeeze that hammer, so the hammer's no longer engaged. Before you try and press this button and then tilt the module forwards, because if you try and do that when the hammer's still cocked, your system won't go and you'll probably cause the damage. Because I did that the first time that I tried to use the gun, car I wasn't aware about the system. You've got your little catch system right here, which I'll show you how that works afterwards. That's like your release to your chamber, or your bolt system, your bolt release, if you want to call it that. You have your, let me try and grab something to show you guys this stuff. You have your hammer system right here. So obviously that goes back and then engages when it comes forward, and that's what sends your BB flying. It's very standardy. Anyone who knows pistols, you'll know you have this little system right here, similar to Glocks or high cappers, and then you have this little system here, similar to Glocks and high cappers as well. They just essentially stop the gun from going into full auto, as well as allow each shot to turn over. Like, we could sit here for hours going on the science of it, but I am not here to do that right now. The system doesn't come off like the AAP. It's connected by like an Allen key bolt thing. We're not gonna take that off today.
Me, the girls got me on replay. Now my numbers be climbing, I keep it steady, grinding, claim they got my back. I dropped my music support, never found it. God the greatest, my kids return back home. I nearly lost my mind, but that ish gave me backbone. Through the absence, I learnt about Job, patience.